Yo guys, what's up? With here with another PrizePicks and match prediction video on the channel, and this time we are gonna cover the next slate of knockout matches for the Euro 2024. And we saw today England qualify by beating Slovakia, and then we also saw Spain qualify in a at first it looked kind of worrisome for Spain. But they came through and they kind of beat them in very well good fashion, and Spain eventually established dominance against Georgia. And so, that's what happened. The good teams are going to usually pass in these kind of knockout stages, except if you're someone like Italy or, maybe even Netherlands is someone I predict that might get knocked out as well. But let's go ahead and see right here. So France versus Belgium. France is a -110 favorite, and I really like that play. I think that France can do it in 90 minutes. I don't think they're going to want to prolong this way more. Obviously, Belgium is a very good team. They have Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, players like that. The other guy from Man City. I'm blinking out on his name, but it's the other very good winger from Man City. And then they have like Witsel from Atletico Madrid. So Belgium can put up a fight and they can put up a great game. They can even win. But France has had back-to-back World Cup finals. They won one of them. In Euro Cups, they've reached a semifinal and then a final as well. So France has a lot more experience and more kind of poise going in later into deeper into tournaments than Belgium. And also the big difference is France had that generation of players in 2016 and 18 in which they made it to a final in the Euro Cup and a World Cup. And then in 2022, they had almost a whole new group of players and they still made it to the World Cup, which is very telling of how they develop their players in their system and how they play. Belgium still has the same players more or less from 2018, which is when they got knocked out by France themselves. So Belgium is a little bit on the older side, and France kind of has a perfect mixture of the older generation with the newer generation. But I still think that France has the experience, and I don't see them not getting past this first knockout stage against Belgium. So I really like them in the -110. And then also to qualify as well. Obviously, you need a win to qualify, but sometimes if you think someone's going to qualify without winning the 90 minutes and going into extra times, there's also a possibility. But up to now, we haven't had any extra time games. And England kind of saved us from that. But yeah, so Portugal versus Slovenia. Portugal is -305. We see Portugal rested a few of their players in their third match day against Georgia, in which they lost. Understandable, Georgia was coming out to win. Portugal was resting players since they had won the group. They had already qualified to the next round. But again, I see Portugal also winning it in 90 minutes. I don't see why they wouldn't. I don't see why they couldn't. I think it's just that easy. Not that the game's going to be easy, and not that Slovenia is going to be a super easy opponent, because I feel like none of the games have been easy, at least not throughout the whole game. Every match has been close up to a certain point, up to like first half or even the second half. Like even the Spain one, it was a scary one. Spain almost gave us a good scare with Georgia scoring first today. But eventually they pulled through with their quality and their style of play. But I see both France and Portugal advancing here. I don't see why they wouldn't. Now let's go into the left side of the screen and look at the PrizePicks. And obviously we're going to start off with the main man himself, Kylian Mbappe. And one of the props that I really love. So obviously you see this goblin as a 2.5. This goblin 2.5. And he has two demons, one at 4.5, one at 5.5. And we're going to look at his stats. So against Austria he had 4, against Poland he had 6. Against Austria, he didn't finish that game because he had a broken nose, which means then against Netherlands, he did not play, obviously, so 0 shots there. So the reason, obviously, this goblin is a very easy one to take. I think it's almost like a free play in a way. But if you were to look at this goblin, this demon, 4.5, against Austria, he had 4 shots, but he did not finish that match. And against Poland, he played the full match, and he had 6 shots. Obviously, not Netherlands, again, he didn't play that one. So, 4.5 almost feels like what his normal prop would be, even though it's placed as a demon. Like I said, So the Goblin, I feel like it's almost a free square if you want to take that one. But 4.5, I wouldn't be too opposed to taking this one because I feel like it is his more average in shots, as you see in Toulouse and even in PSG when he was in PSG, Toulouse and Borussia Dortmund, he had 5 shots. So I really like this Demon as well. Obviously, it's a bigger risk, but it's almost a normal prop for him to take the over on this one. So if you want to get that little risk and a little bit more money, I think this Demon is not a bad play at all. But obviously, if you want a free play, I say that Goblin is an easy one for you to take. And then passes attempted for Kylian Mbappe. So 34.5 is the line. Against Austria at 25, again, he got subbed out. Against Poland, he had 47. Belgium is going to be a little bit tougher to play against than obviously like Poland. Austria proved to be kind of a tough opponent either way, and then he didn't play the Netherlands one, but 34.5 seems like a nice. I like the over on this one, but just slightly. I still think France is better than Belgium. I still think France will have a little bit more possession than Belgium, but I don't know. Like I'm slightly leaning on the over, but at the same time, what makes me kind of go back on my lean on the over is that France doesn't play a dominant possession type of football. Like they have no problem staying back and defending and kind of playing the counter attack. So that's what I'm saying. Like against Poland, obviously a weaker team, Belgium can match France maybe at times. I feel like overall France is still better, but I feel like this is going to be a close one in my opinion. I have a slight lean on the over, but obviously he's gonna play this full match unless they're like up like 3 or 4-0 at halftime or something, right? But I doubt that's gonna happen. And watching me jinx myself and that happen would be hilarious. But I slightly like that over on that one. And then Mike Maignan, 2.5 goalie saves. This is another one that I love on the over, and that's for the simple fact that we have Lukaku on the other side and De Bruyne on the other side, which are very great shot takers. Kevin De Bruyne is a great assister, but also likes taking long shots and is great, shooting around the box, And then Lukaku obviously is someone that's always looking to beat the defender and get a shot on target, and he does that very well. So I like the over 2.5 goalie saves for Mike Maignan. And then another one that we're going to see for France. I'm going to go up ahead. Up here is, we can't see that one. Antoine Griezmann, 34.5 passes attempted. Obviously, against Austria, they were a tough opponent and they defended a lot against Netherlands. It was kind of back and forth, but for the most part, I think France had a bit more possession towards the end of the game. Against Poland, it was different. Obviously, not all the players played as much in that game against Poland, but 35.5 is a line. And in this one, again, I think it's a little bit tough. It's very similar to the one that Mbappe has, but this one I do like the over a bit more for the fact that Antoine Griezmann is more involved in the midfield. He can come back and defend. He's a very kind of almost a box-to-box player at times, which, he comes and defends. He gets a ball from his side of the field and kind of pushes it up forward in the wings or through the center of the field. So I like the over on this one a bit more for Griezmann. And then the one that I wanted to see is on the touches. 55.5 touches is the line. Against the Netherlands, he had 57. This one I do like the under a bit. It's a pretty high line against the Netherlands. The only one that he got over against Austria, a very good opponent. He only had 47. So I think against Belgium he'll have a little bit less than 55.5. So I like the under on this one. Now let's go ahead and see that Belgium. And right here, Amado Onana, 52.5 is the line for him. You see 63, 55, 59. So he's got an over on every single game. So this is a very tempting prop to take the over, as he's not missed at all. with Belgium in this Euro Cup, but they are playing France. Obviously, I'm predicting France to be a little bit tougher. Ukraine, Romania, Slovakia are nowhere near the level that France are. But like I said, I think France at times can give up possession. So I still think that this might be, he could still hit the over on this one. And just slightly, like I said, against Romania, he had only 55, but he has yet to miss this one. So sometimes you just don't want to go against, the flow, the trend. So I would slightly take the over on this one for him. And then a few more that I want to see. There you go. Jeremy Doku is the one that I couldn't think of for some reason. And obviously you have right here a goblin, a pretty nice goblin, I would say. Jeremy Doku, 0.5 shots. Why wouldn't you take this one? Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine, he's had at least one shot. In the last 2 games, he's had 2 shots. So obviously you predict him to have at least 1 shot against France. So that's a nice goblin that you have right there. And then we get to Kevin De Bruyne, 40.5 passes attempted. Ukraine was the only game he got 64. And then Slovakia had 51. Romania had 36. But on this game against France, I think this one's a little bit tough to tell. But if I don't know, I don't know. Like I said, this one's maybe one that I don't feel too confident playing on the over or under. Like I said, I don't know what France is gonna do. I think the whole match is gonna be dictated more to what France game plans for. Because I feel like if France wants to be aggressive and attack, I feel like the game is gonna go like that, in which Belgium will be the defender. They're going to be sitting back and trying to play counterattack. But if France wants to leave the ball, concede the ball to Belgium, they'll happily do that as well. So, this one's very tough for me. So I don't know this one, how it would work out for me, in my opinion. But I don't know. Like I said, that one's up to you guys to take. So 1.5 shot goblin for Kevin De Bruyne. You see, he's gotten over 1.5 shots in every game, so that's an easy goblin that you would take for him. The demon is obviously 2.5, and honestly, I still like this one. Like I said, the main players for Belgium are Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, and even maybe Jeremy Doku now. So they're like gonna be pretty sure their main shot takers. Another reason why I like this one is that Kevin De Bruyne is their main free kick taker as well. So if Belgium gets a free kick, Kevin De Bruyne is going to be probably the one to take the shot. So I kind of like the over on this demon as well. And then one of the ones that I love the most, Romelu Lukaku, 2.0 shots is the line. Against Ukraine, he had 2, Romania 5, Slovakia 3. I do like the over on this one. He's their main forward, and I don't see him taking any less than 1.5 shots. As you see, he has a goblin, a regular one, and then a demon. But even the demon I like for him. Obviously, if you want an easy win, I think the goblin's a nice one. But if you can do the 2.0, you might as well do the 2.5 demon. I think this one could likely hit as well. And then last but not least, for Belgium, is one to Wood Vice. 63.5 passes attempted is the line. We see 84, 71, 58. So he's gotten over this twice in the last 3 games. Ukraine was the only game he didn't. I don't know. I kind of do like the under on this one, like I said, and just barely. I feel like I said, this all depends on what France wants to do. I feel like this game is going to go the way France wants it to be. If they want to be the aggressor and dominate the ball, they're going to do that. If they want to defend and kind of then play the counterattack themselves and, kind of invite Belgium to come attack them, then that's again how the game's going to play out. That's how I truly believe that France, is going to dictate the game. But seeing that he got 58 against Ukraine, I could only imagine that France being a better team, he might get even less. So I kind of do like the under on this one. But we are not done. Moving on to Portugal versus Slovenia. Obviously, we have another great round of props right here. 64.5 is the line for Bruno Fernandes. against Czech Republic at 89, Turkey 39. Turkey, tends to be a good matchup, but the way they won that game, and then Georgia, he didn't play. But I am optimistic about him hitting the over on this one because Slovenia is not as good as maybe like even a Turkey or even a Georgia. Obviously, Bruno didn't play against Georgia, but I think Portugal is gonna be the clear dominant side right here. So I think he can get over on 64.5 right there. And then we see Cristiano Ronaldo 20.5. I think this one's an easy under for me, in my opinion. He doesn't see too much of the ball in terms of creating play or getting passes, to teammates, which I feel like it's kind of misleading. You see him kind of passing and getting more assists now, and being more involved in play, but it seems right here that he's not getting too much passes attempted. So I kind of like the under on 20.5 for Cristiano Ronaldo. And then shots, obviously, you're going to see 4.0 shots is the line. And I don't know. So for him, I kind of do like the under on 4.0. I feel like Slovenia is still going to be tough defensively. I feel like eventually Portugal is going to crack them, though. Crack open that defense and get enough goals in. And I feel like Portugal eventually is going to win comfortably. So I expect them to even sub out some of the key players eventually in this game. And I just feel like that's going to be the nature of this game. Portugal to kind of try to, really end this game early and then see what happens in the second half and as their players get subbed out. And then I think this one is a great one. People usually miss this one. So 1.5 tackles for Bernardo Silva, who Bernardo Silva is an attacking midfielder. He's not much of a defensive midfielder, as you see against Czech Republic, Turkey, and Georgia. He's had one over the last 3 games. I think he can get maybe one right here, but even if he gets one, you still win this prop. So I like the under on 1.5 tackles. I feel like this one should be a good one because, like I said, Slovenia is not going to have too much of the ball. Portugal is going to have more of the ball. So Bernardo Silva is going to be on the offensive side of the ball and not have to defend as much or run back. So I kind of really like the under on him for 1.5 tackles. And with that, I leave you guys this video of the Euros 2024. Hopefully, this is another exciting 2 matchups to have tomorrow. But like, comment, subscribe, and let me know which props you guys are liking and which ones you guys suggest and which ones you guys don't like. Thank you.